Welcome to Minnesota, home of the Minnesota Vikings, as they play host to the Cincinnati Bengals here in the PFSL Season 2 Week 1 Game of the Week at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Now this is going to be a big game. Should be a good one to watch. We have two great quarterbacks who have already met 3 times in their career. We have 2 coaches that coached against each other on different teams in the Super Bowl. And the game of the week is underway. Vikings will get the ball first, so we get our first look at the Minnesota Vikings offense and the Season 1 PFSL MVP Curtis Andrews. Vikings start with Andrews in the shotgun. Handoff up the middle. And a first down to Drago. Just witnessed the Baltimore Ravens beating the Arizona Cardinals 27-20. And one that got interesting in the end. Andrews, delayed handoff to Drago up the middle. Spinning away from Bengals defenders, picking up 6, second and 4. Second down, 4 to go. Andrews going to drop back to pass, going to roll out, throw on his back foot, and he finds Sean McLaren for the first down, and that's the rookie receiver's first official career catch. And it goes for 18. Again, Curtis Andrews, your Season 1 PFSL MVP, had an amazing season. Drago on the carry up the middle, and he's going to get another first down as he continues to run right through the heart of this Bengals defense. Three carries over 30 yards so far. Welcome everybody in the chat. We got 7 viewers watching right now. See Tim in the chat, Caboose, Bra Help, Slater, Dilo the Racer, and more. P Sav. Welcome all of you to the game of the week Week 1 wrap up. Curtis Andrews takes the snap, drops back to throw, going to take one over the middle, and it's in and out of the hand of Drago. The linebacker came in to make a play. Knocks it free, incomplete. Vikings at the Bengals 29. Andrews running around, trying to find someone to go with the football, but he's gonna go down. Horton in the backfield on the sack, a big loss. It's going to be 3rd down and 17 for the Minnesota Vikings. Bengals hyped up on the sideline. Somebody better get him back before they get a penalty. Anderson shotgun 3rd down, has to throw the football, going to check it down to Drago. Catch is made, but they only gain 3. 4th and 14. Vikings going to have to punt. The drive stalls out. Kick is up and good. And the Vikings' first score in PFSL franchise history is a field goal. And they get their first score of the game and their first lead of the game. Many of the Arizona Cardinals Super Bowl players on this roster. Marshall West back deep to return for the Bengals. And he's going to get the chance. He's going to slip past one tackler, makes it to the 25. They mark him at the 24. Unfriendly spot there. But now we get our first look at former Panther quarterback Cooper Boudreaux, the sole quarterback to throw over 2,000 yards in season 1. Did a great job last season leading the Carolina Panthers to the playoffs, where they ultimately fell to Curtis Andrews, Coach D'Lo, and the Arizona Cardinals in the NFC Championship game. Fresh start for Boudreaux though here in the Bengals uniform. That the Bengals and Vikings both make their PFSL debuts. Boudreaux to throw, going to look to the sideline. He has his tight end. But he has a man out wide. It may not be a tight end, maybe a receiver. Because I did that a lot in the Chiefs game. Yeah, that was receiver Zach Kostoff. Play action, Boudreaux gonna toss it deep, and Marshall West wide open. Is he gonna score? He will. Touchdown, Cincinnati Bengals. And just like that, 71 yards, the Bengals punch the Vikings in the mouth and take the lead on the board. So in their Cincinnati Bengals debut, Cooper Boudreaux connects with good old Honey Mustard And Boudreaux has his first passing touchdown as a Bengal #1 on the season. And Marshall West has his first receiving touchdown as a Bengal #1 on the season. So after the score, just like that, I mean, you thought this may be a slow-paced game. But Cooper Boudreaux and the Bengals offense said, no, not going to happen. Not going to do that. Tom McLaren brought down by Emmett Crow at the 24. For their second drive of the game, pistol formation for Curtis Andrews, making an adjustment at the line, hand off to Drago up the middle. He's got more running room as he barrels through the Bengals defense to the 32, and it's 2nd and 2. On 4 carries, 42 yards on the game so far for Drago. Hand off to Drago again up the middle. More running room. First down, Vikings. And our first poll coming up. Hand off to Drago, finally gets stuck, but he's going to power his way to the 44. What a run. First poll is coming up. Over under 50 combined points for the game. Be roughly 25 points for both teams. Second and 3. Their midfield at the 44. Quick pass to McLaren from Andrews, and they have a first down. Sean McLaren, the #1 draft pick in the Season 2 draft. Already becoming a key part of this Vikings offense. Andrews looking to throws and take one over the middle. He has a wide open receiver. That's the tight end David Beasley for the first down. Nick Crow on the tackle. Andrews steps into the shotgun. Quick pass over the middle. McLaren cut it back. So I don't think he's going to get the first. 2nd and 1, rookie mistake there. Could have just fallen down, taking the first, but no, he cuts back trying to make a man miss. Gives up the first down. 2nd and 1 now. From the 23-yard line. Curtis Andrews takes a snap, pump fake. Going to take a shot right. He has an open receiver. That's Truman inside the 10 to the 8. Andrews under pressure, checks it down to Drago on the screen. He spins away from one. Can he outrun him? He's inside the 5, cuts back, touchdown, Vikings. What a play by the Auto Gen running back. He is in, and he puts the Vikings up on the scoreboard. And the kick is up and good. And it's a 10-7 ball game. Bengals quick scoring drive. There's 2 pass plays. Could very much be a offensive shootout. From what we've seen so far this first quarter. We've seen a lot of good games this week. Another short kick and return by Marshall West. Cutting back left, he slips a tackle past the 25 to the 26. And out will come Cooper Boudreaux in the Bengals offense. Welcome everybody in. Shout out to Gio, Tim Smith, Sitter, TD, everybody else in chat. Vikings Bengals game of the week 1. Boudreaux in the shotgun, going to throw over the middle. As he is going to find his tight end, Powell, where he picked up a 5. Boudreaux, halfback screen getting set up, looking for O'Shea. Could not get it set fast enough, and they lose 2 yards. It's 3rd and 7. Third down, Vikings defense trying to get a stop. Bengals offense trying to keep the drive alive. Dropping back passes. Boudreaux to no one. Receiver wasn't looking. Bengals drive. They go 3 and out. Gonna have to punt it away. This one's angled to the left a little bit. Comes back, no fair catch called by McLaren. A decent return, being that he had 2 defenders in his face. So with 12 seconds remaining in the first quarter, Vikings offense takes over at the 36. Andrews to throw. Gonna roll left. Throwing on the run. McLaren comes back to get it, but the hit knocks it free. Incomplete pass. story of the game for me, one of them. Nick St. Cloud, the former quarterback for... Oh, it's picked off! Going the other way. The Bengals take over at the Vikings 35 with 1 second remaining in the first quarter. There's the first mistake for Curtis Andrews, the first turnover for the Vikings of the season. But Nick St. Cloud, the former quarterback of the Kansas City Chiefs, getting the start at corner for the Cincinnati Bengals, has got tripped up on that play. One play will end the first. Boudreaux steps into the shotgun. Quick pass to O'Shea. Gets up to the 33. After one, the Vikings lead the Bengals 10-7. Stay with us. You're watching the PFSL Week 1 Game of the Week on YouTube. We'll be right back for its start of the second quarter. Start of the second quarter, 2nd and 8 for the Bengals. They trail the Vikings 10-7. Boudreaux takes a shot over the middle. He has his tight end Powell to the 10. First down, Tiger Cats. And it's a 1st and goal. Trips bunch to the right. 1st and goal for the Bengals. Boudreaux in the shotgun. First carry for Malachi O'Shea up the middle. Trying to power his way through the defense. Can't do it. Brought down at the 2. First carry in the career of Malachi O'Shea. Undrafted rookie running back. Brought into the league by Coach Tim. As he looks to make an impact on the ground for this Bengals offense. Line up, power formation. Offset, Hand off to O'Shea up the middle, barreling through the big D line. Touchdown, Cincinnati Bengals, as O'Shea dancing for the first time as he scores his first career touchdown. The extra point will make it a 14-10 lead for the Bengals. What a game it's been so far. Still early in the second quarter. Let me go ahead and end this poll. 67% says under, 33% say over on 50, or on over under 50 points combined in the game. We currently sit at 24. The kick is away. McLaren will be awaiting the kick in the end zone. He's going to bring it out and make it to the 22. They give him the 21. You see Aston Drongo, 6 carries, 55 yards, 9.1 yards per carry so far for the Auto Gym back. Hand off to Drago. Going left. Emmett Crow bounces off. He misses him. But he slowed him down, allowing for the remainder of the defense to make a play in the backfield. Loss of 1. Vargas on the tackle for loss. So he did miss the tackle, but it proves helpful as he took the speed away from Drago. Beautiful stiff arm thrown though. Either way, you got to credit Emmett Crow for getting in the backfield. Andrews, 2nd and 11, going to check it down. Here's tight end David Beasley. Gets up to the 28. 3rd and 3. Handoff to Drago. Emmett Crow in the backfield. Loss of 1. Tackle for loss for Crow. I have to step away. No one can take over. So I'm going to have to allow the AI to call the game for just a moment. I will be back momentarily. So don't go nowhere. Enjoy the AI commentary. I'll be back.
And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. There's a nice move. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off play action. Boudreaux. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's West. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, right at the 40. Back to throw. Boudreaux. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 61 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
Offensive linemen are famous for doing their job no matter who's carrying the ball. But when they have the confidence that the person carrying it can break off big-time runs, that makes them block just a little bit harder.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A little bit of a breakdown there defensively, and the RPO turns into a big chunk play.
And when you think about running offense,
all right,
comes to...
I'm back. I was looking at the stream. Was the AI not working? Was that just a thing? Like, whoops. Was the AI? I don't know. What a run by Curtis Andrews, though. The AI did work? Okay, cool. Yeah, I never... When I checked it, I couldn't hear it. So. Read option, Andrews on the keeper. No, not gonna get in. Barber says no. Andrews toying with the defense. Didn't work. Andrews in the gun again on second and goal from the 1. Handoff, Drago up the middle, going left. End zone, touchdown, Minnesota Vikings. So with that touchdown, they retake the lead, the extra point, and make it 17-14 Vikings. With 3:30 to play in the second quarter. Marshall West deep to return for the Bengals. Short kick to West again, going to return it out from the goal line. He brings it to about the 28-yard. And that's where the Bengals offense will come back to work. From what I gather, there was an interception thrown by Bujo in the last half. He's 749, sorry, for 133 yards. And a touchdown. Trips bunch to the right. Bujo in the shotgun, going to drop back to throw. Throwing on the run. He has Zach Kostoff, but the pass is to the right. It'll be incomplete, 2nd and 10. High snap. Boudreaux hauls it in. Finds his tight end Powell. Gain of 9. It's going to be 3rd and short. Third and 1 from the 37. Boudreaux under center. O'Shea gets the carry. Gets just enough. First down. Bengals change move. Got another poll coming for y'all. It's for you pickle lovers out there. Dill or sweet pickles? Dill or sweet pickles is the poll that we're going to run for a little bit. Make sure y'all leave y'all's vote. 1st and 10 from the 39. Quick pass from Boudreaux to Kostoff. Up to the 43. Now takes us to the 2-minute warning. Bengals trail the Vikings by 3. And the PFSL Week 1 game of the week. Stay with us. Second and 6, 2 minutes to play in the first half. At the 43, Boudreaux. Going over the middle, there's Michael Potter for the first down. And I do believe that is Potter's first career catch. Yes, and he goes for 11. Bengals in the hurry up. Boudreaux to throw. Gonna roll right, throwing on the run. He's gonna take a deep shot right. He has a receiver open. Marshall West, dink and dunk. Then the home run ball, touchdown. Bengals, 45 yards. What a game so far for Marshall West, and the Bengals go up 20-17. Home run ball on the run from Cooper Boudreaux. We're going to get a booth review to see if his feet were in. I do believe he was. I don't know. From that angle, no. I believe, yes, from that angle, I think he does get his feet in. I don't know. We'll have to see what the refs call here. I believe it's going to stand. And it will. So the Bengals up 20-17-21 after the extra point. Go ahead and end this pickle poll. All 100% pick the deal over sweet. We're going to go ahead and start another poll because I have another one for you. Poll coming in. Marshall West over under 175 receiving yards for the game. As McLaren spins off a throw And we get a flag. And a holding penalty backs him up. That'll back him up to the 12. As right now, the first poll we did on the day was over under 50 combined points. Right now we are at 38. 12 points away, 13 from the over. And 66% had picked the under. As Andrews' pass is knocked incomplete. Second and 10 for the Vikings from the 12. Right now, 80% people on the poll say Marshall West will have over 175 yards receiving. Andrews, what a throw to Truman along the left side. And with that pass, Andrews is finally over 100 yards passing in the game. The Vikings call the first time out with 1 minute, 1 second to play. Andrews throws outside. Second timeout called by the Vikings. Andrews on second down, throwing on the run, finds Drago open. He has first down, jukes past one. Up past the 50 to the Bengals, 49, first down, Minnesota. Andrews finds his man McLaren for the first down. Barber on the tackle. Brings him down at the 36. Do believe the Vikings are on field goal range at this time. Clock is running 16 seconds. Vikings still have one timeout remaining. I was about to say they'll probably call it with about 10 seconds left. And they do. Vikings burn their third and final timeout. They take the field goal now. I don't believe they will. I believe they will try to score. But as always, you risk not getting in and the clock running out on you. If you're a Bengals fan, that's exactly what you want to happen, because the Bengals hit the ball to start the second half, but they will kick it. It will be a 53-yard attempt, which is now officially the old record for the longest kick in history. And this one is going to be short. And Marshall West catches it like he was going to return it, but he stepped out of the back of the end zone. So we will not see a return. And a missed field goal, huge for the Vikings. And the Bengals will take over at the 43. So they are within Hail Mary range. Odd chances of connecting on a Hail Mary, scoring, getting the ball back at half, and scoring again could really do some damage on the scoreboard against the Vikings. They're going to line up in an empty backfield set. Expect them to toss this thing deep one time. Boudreaux back to throw. Going to take the check down to Marshall West. He goes down at the 46. And that will take us to halftime. At the half, the Bengals lead the Vikings 21-17. What a game we've had so far. What a game I expected to be in the second half. But truly, especially in the stat sheet, it's been all Bengals so far outside of rushing yards. We'll be back here watching the PFSL and ET Productions Week 1 Game of the Week in Season 2. We'll be back for the second half. Stay with us. Don't go nowhere. Start of the second half. Vikings trail the Bengals 17-21. Bengals will get the ball to start. Marshall West on the return, brings it back to the 24. First down, handoff to O'Shea, going up the middle. Gives 10-29, gain of 5. Quick throw from Boudreaux, incomplete. Sorry about that. So the Bengals pick up a first down. A great catch from Zach Kostoff as he was hitting his back. Had to step away from the mic. The pup had something he wasn't supposed to have, and I had to get it before he tore it up. Play action, Boudreaux, bootleg. Gonna toss it deep left. Or sorry, deep right. Michael Potter's wide open. Big time first down of 31 yards. Inside the red zone to the 15. Boudreaux gonna roll right, throwing back to the left side, and he has an open man. That's his tight end pal. Touchdown, Bengals. They extend the lead to 27-17, 28 after the extra point. After the extra points, 28-17 your score. Bengals on top of the Vikings. $7:15 to go in the third. Still early on in the quarter. 5 points, 6 from the over. Only 50 combined points. That only 33% of the viewers said that there would be that it would be under. I'm going to close this Marshall West over-under poll. 175 yards receiving. 86% viewers have taken the over, 14% have taken the under. Vikings come out facing their biggest deficit of the day. 5 receiver set, empty backfield. Andrews going to take it on the QB draw with the middle. Breaks a tackle. Goes out immediately after gain of 8 to the 30. Handoff, Drago up the middle, and he has a Vikings first down to the 37-yard line. This is the game of the week. It will wrap up week 1 on Monday. Rankins show will take place in the stage, and stand-ins will be released following the conclusion of the show. Emmett Crow in the backfield. Drago going nowhere. Emmett Crow's second tackle for loss. Loss of 2 for the Vikings. Second down and 12 now. Now on second and 12, trips bunch to the right. Andrews. Back to pass. He look right, and he leads his man out of bounds. Third and 12 from the 35. Vikings trying to keep the drive alive. Under pressure, Andrews gonna go down in the backfield. Back to the 23, a huge loss. 4th and 25. Boy, did this Bengals defense come to play. Vikings to punt. Gotta credit the way this Cincinnati defense has came to play tonight. Flying around the football, they forced an interception earlier in the game. Held this high-powered Vikings offense to a minimum in terms of yards. And only 17 points on the scoreboard. Cooper Boudreaux 15 for 19, 275 yards, 3 touchdowns and a pick. And other things, starting next week, week 2, we will be doing 2 games a day on YouTube, 2 games a day on Twitch. So 4 games in total will be on YouTube each week, 4 games will be on Twitch. As I am joining a party, as Slater will be joining me in the booth. I know the play just started, but it will pause. Boudreaux to throw, he finds Powell, and he that will be Zach Kostoff. He powers his way for a first down.
Alright, just to make sure, can you hear me?
I can hear you. There is a slight echo, so if you could turn your side down a little bit, not your mic, but
How about now?
Well, let's see. Let me ramble on for a second. I believe we are good.
All right, good deal. Sorry I'm late, guys. I had a little bit of a issue I had to take care of here, but I'm here now, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, you are all good. That pass from Boudreaux goes backwards for a yard. I don't believe the receiver got his feet inbound, so that should not be a loss of yards, but it is what it is. Welcome in, Slater. From what I gather, you've had a stressful night.
It's been a little bit on the stressful side of things, yeah. Had to take care of some hygiene stuff after being very thoughtfully thrown up on, so that was great. But other than that, let's talk about how this has been a hell of a game so far. Marshall West is going off. Minnesota is going off. Cooper Boudreaux is going off. My Lord, this has been amazing so far.
How about the ability of Cooper Boudreaux? Actually, hold on. I will hold off on that thought as we are on 3rd and 2 bunch formation. Boudreaux to throw. Going to toss it over the middle. There's Marshall West again. First down. And real quick, before I go back to what I was saying, I want to see Marshall West stat line 151 yards. So we're getting close to that 175 mark. But how about Cooper Boudreaux trusting his receivers enough to just throw it up like that? The one long bomb on the right side of the field to Marshall West that he just dropped right in the end zone. Very accurate ball, but he was on the move, and he just tossed it up there and let Marshall West go get it.
You know, my thing about that is who can blame him? You look at the caliber that he has in targets, and, oh man, it's just, I can't say I blame him at all for throwing it up and trusting his receivers. He knows they're going to go get it. There's no doubt about that. So why not?
Well, you know, by the way they've been playing, you can tell that they spent a lot of time this offseason because Cooper Boudreaux was traded not long after the Super Bowl. So it was at the beginning of the offseason that Cooper Boudreaux made his move to Cincinnati. And as soon as, oh my goodness, Richard Kuklinski up the middle buries Cooper Boudreaux in the turf. I'm sorry. That was insane. But you know that as soon as he was traded and as soon as Marshall West and Zach Kostoff and all them, as soon as free agency came open and they came over to the team, you knew that very moment they started working on chemistry, and it proved helpful tonight.
Oh, absolutely. And you know, nothing against you being the Panthers coach, but Cooper Boudreaux has got a chip on his shoulder the size of Ohio at this point, so you can't blame him for wanting to go off like he has been tonight.
Well, he definitely has started his season off with a bang, but now they're on 3rd and 8 from the 36. Boudreaux to throw. High pass. O'Shea had to go get it, and it's going to ruin the play as he's brought down at 35. The Bengals going to have to kick a field goal.
Yeah, you know, at this point in the game, I don't think having to take a field goal is necessarily a bad option, especially you look at the scoreboard. You know, taking 3 doesn't really hurt you at this point.
Well, see, me, I want the over in combined points of 50, so I was kind of hoping for a touchdown to go ahead and get that over with a field goal. We're still 2 points away from the even. So a field goal from the Vikings would put us over, so that's okay. But I wanted the over now. I like being able to say, hey, there was 50 points scored. That's a lot of points.
You know, I voted for the over 50 because there was no doubt in my mind it was going to happen. I am a little bit surprised it hasn't happened before now, but at the same time, there was no doubt that it was going to.
Well, Jennings, the rookie kicker for the Bengals, 52-yard attempt, was running out of steam at the end, but it skips over the crossbar, and the Bengals take a 31-17 lead. Tell me this: did you expect this type of score gap in this game?
You know, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I did not expect this much of a score gap. I expected more. I really thought Cincinnati was going to come in and own this from play 1. So I got to credit Minnesota a little bit for proving me wrong on this one.
All right. Well, McLaren on the return brings it out to the 24. It was a short kick. You kind of, when it's a short kick, you kind of expect it to go past the 25. So special teams has not been too good for the Vikings tonight, and it's the little things like that, because everybody knows the saying, football is a game of inches, and it's true. And, it hasn't came back necessarily the lost yards on returns. That really hasn't came back it hasn't really had an effect on the game yet, but I'm using that as an example. That's the type of stuff that I think is, if you were the Vikings head coach, is that the type of stuff you would look at and say, hey, we got to be better?
Oh, absolutely. In a game where two teams are just evenly matched, I fully believe the score gap comes from the lack of special teams on one side or the other. Special teams is often overlooked as, oh, they're all the backups and secondary players. Special teams can be what wins you a game or loses you a game, and we may be seeing an example of that tonight.
And like I said, it was running out of steam, but it was still a good kick from Jennings, the Bengals kicker. And this run game for the Vikings has kind of died down a little bit as well, as we get a read option from Curtis Andrews. He's going to go backwards. They've lost 2 yards on the last 2 plays. The run game going the wrong way. Beep, beep, beep. Turn the backup lights on. What do you have to say about this Bengals defense? The run game kind of for the Vikings kind of came out and was the story of the game early on, but this Bengals defense they quickly made an adjustment and started shutting it down, and the Vikings have had very little offense since.
See, this is what I believe may have happened in this one. You have the Vikings, who is really the season 1 Super Bowl champions in a different uniform. They came in looking at...
Oh, hold on. Deep shot from Andrews to McLaren, and he has a first down near midfield at the 49. Sorry to cut you off, Slater, but that was a big 27-yard pass.
That's okay. So, Cincinnati, they must have looked at them as the same Kansas City Chiefs team that they played, and just went with the same game plan they had the last time. And, very clearly, it's not working. So they came into this looking to coast for a win. And Cincinnati has just turned around and punched them square in the mouth and proved them why they didn't need to do that.
I like that, and I think I may agree with you there. But after the pass, it's 1st and 10 from the 49. Curtis Andrews trying to will his team back into this game as the Bengals have slowly started to run away with it. Drago on a 6-yard carry. Barber brings him down. 2nd and 4. We might be going to the end of the 3rd. So we'll hold off on any more commentary until we know for sure. Because I don't want to be in the middle of anything when the quarter ends. And it will. So after 3, the Bengals up 31-17 over the Minnesota Vikings. If you're watching PFSL on YouTube, put your 4s up in the chat. We'll be right back for the start of the 4th quarter.
Well, one of the things that I had said earlier in the comment section of the video, and not a lot of people I think caught on to it, as not only a Steelers fan, the coach of the Steelers in the PFSL, it pains me to say that I'm a Cincinnati fan right now. That just feels wrong on so many levels.
I completely understand that. And Andrew's going to toss one out to his tight end, David Beasley. Not a first down, close to a first down, but not enough. It's 3rd and 2. You're looking at the season 1 MVP in Curtis Andrews. You're looking at a season 1 MVP or MVP finalist in Cooper Boudreaux. Actually, no, I'll wait again. 3rd and 2. I can't be doing that to myself on 3rd down. Andrews trying to escape the pocket, going to try to power his way. He's going to be short, 4th down and 2. But as I was going to ask you, if you're the Vikings right now and you're a former MVP, you're the reigning MVP, how do you get yourself back in this game?
At this point, you'd have to kind of think back as to where did this game get away from us? How has it gotten away from us like it did? What was working when we were making them scared to play us? What was working last season when we won everything? You kind of got to get back to your roots. Don't get too much into your head about being the reigning MVP.
They're going to go for it.
Season 1 is gone. This is now season 2. You need to worry about right now.
And a handoff. Sorry, I thought you were done. Handoff to Drago. Emmett Crow stops him in the backfield, but a face mask penalty is going to give him 15 yards and a first down.
I'm sure Tim's on the sideline right now going berserk.
Not what you want to see. Emmett Crow has had a good game, but he gives up a costly penalty there. And, you know, Emmett Crow had told me, or had said somewhere at some point before the season started, that he was excited to play the Vikings. He wanted revenge. And D'Lo the Racer, Coach D'Lo, in chat, talking a little smack about Emmett Crow. But Emmett Crow has been, he's been wreaking havoc in the backfield tonight.
And, you know, if I'm Emmett Crow, I think I'm skipping practice for the next week, too. Suicides for the next week claimed by Tim. Forget that. I'm way too out of shape for all that. I'm a kicker.
2nd and 5 from the 25. Curtis Andrews in the gun. Going to settle and pass. Finds David Beasley along the sideline. Brought down. No, he fights his way to the 11.
Yeah, this is just showing the grit and determination that Minnesota has. And this is why I had to put them in my top 3 for predictions earlier on in the offseason. Because, yes, this is the Arizona Cardinals from season 1 wearing a different uniform. But you can't take that away from them at the same time. They are still a very good team.
Handoff to Drago goes nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. So it will remain at the 11 for 2nd down. So as we begin to wrap up week 1, Slater, as commissioner and assistant commissioner, came a long way in a season and an off season. What are your thoughts on the league right now, and what do you take from week 1?
Well, if I'm looking at this correctly, it looks like there's 9 viewers. And if that's correct on my end, as opposed to the 1 or 2 that we had last season, I think that's a pretty good way to start out season 2.
Andrews' pass to the end zone is caught. Truman in the end zone, and Minnesota pulls a little closer. It's going to be 31-23. And after the extra point, it'll be a touchdown game. But
if you're Minnesota, you're happy that you pulled it in to within 1 score. But at the same time, are you going to be able to stop Cincinnati's offense to be able to hold it for just 1 more score?
And back to the second part of that question, what do you take from week 1? What stood out to you the most?
Ooh, that's actually a tough question, because there's a lot that has stood out so far.
I think the Chargers look good.
The Chargers did look extremely good. I was probably the most surprised by the Chargers. Because taking on New Orleans isn't easy as it is, and then you almost beat them and go into double overtime. That was insane.
Can we mention that Arizona and KC were NFC and AFC West teams, and we all went to the AFC and NFC North? Oh well. Oh, see, I didn't even think about that. Arizona in the NFC West, KC in the AFC West, Cincinnati in the AFC North, Minnesota in the NFC North. I didn't even think about that. Marshall West on the return brings it out to the 29. And that's what I was referring to earlier, the special teams difference. Marshall West has about 23 yards per return compared to Sean McLaren's like 18. And that's I think that's been a bigger difference maker than everybody thinks, because you're getting better starting field position out of your drives.
Well, there's no doubt about that. Like I said, special teams can either win you or lose you the game. And like I said, I think we're looking at a textbook version of that right here.
Bengals start the drive at the 29, 5:37 to go. Receiver in motion, play action, double play action, and Boudreaux had in wide open Powell, but he overshoots him. Hand off to O'Shea up the middle as he barrels through a man to get up to the 38, gain of 8. 3rd and 2. Vikings with a chance at a 3 and out to give their offense the ball back.
Yeah, and if you're a Bengal right now, this is not what you want to see. You want to make sure you're driving down the field. It's roughly the middle of the 4th quarter. You just want to chew that clock as much as you can right now.
3rd and 2. Boudreaux's going to hand it off to O'Shea. He has the first down, and the drive's going to continue.
You know, I had something I thought was a good conversation topic, and it completely left my mind. I don't remember what I was saying now.
Well, I will say this. From what you've seen in week 1, and this is going to be a way too early prediction because there's so many things that can happen. But if week 1 was literally the entire season, out of what you've seen so far in week 1, and that's going to be a costly face mask penalty, who would be your MVP? Because we've seen a lot of good performances in week 1.
I don't know if you could choose one right now. We've had multiple records already broken. I don't think you could choose one at this time.
Okay, I respect that. Really early, a lot of options. Costly penalty moves the Bengals in the Vikings territory at the 35. And Boudreaux takes the snap, going to throw. He's looking right. He finds Powell for a gain of 8. And Boudreaux's over 300 yards passing.
Yeah, Cooper Boudreaux has just got an impressive stat line right now. He's got 3 touchdowns to the 1 minus is the 1 interception. However, with everything else that's going on with him, you know, that's hard to take away from him.
You know what's going to be hard to decide or to pick nominees for? Player of the week.
Yeah, that's going to be a really tough one.
Oh!
Tyler Rogowski, who broke.
Boudreaux takes a deep shot and is picked off in the end zone by Lucky. And lucky enough, Vikings taking over at the 20. But as you were saying,
one thing you did not want to see happen.
No.
Ooh. That one made me lose my train of thought.
As you were saying.
So, I remember what I was saying. No, we've had Tyler Rogowski break the single game passing yard record. We had Anthony Stover break the rushing yard record. Player of the week is going to be insane.
And Cooper Boudreaux now added to the list, over 300 yards. He has 2 picks now, but that does not discredit anything he's done in this game, unless it comes back to lose them the game, which the Vikings now with over 3 minutes, they have a chance to tie the game up. And Andrews, running around like a chicken with his head cut off in the backfield, finds his receiver Truman wide open down the field for a first down to the 41.
Yeah, I don't even. That man's been taking ballet classes or something back there. I don't even know what to call that.
Little do-si-do in the backfield. Comes back to haunt you sometimes. It'll get you thrown on your face real quick. Especially with how much the Bengals defense has been in the backfield. 1st and 10 from the 41, 3:19 and counting to play. Andrews in the gun. Gonna take one swift deep shot down the field. He has a receiver. No! He misses him. Oh my goodness. That's one you want to have back if you're Curtis Andrews and Coach D'Lo.
Yeah, that play right there tied the game, and you were just 2, maybe 3 yards short or overthrown, really. That one, you're on the sideline hitting your helmet against your head right now.
Well, Andrews finds McLaren for the first down. He spins away from one, gets a couple extra yards into Bengals territory at the 43. First down, Vikings. Touchdown there would have sent this place into hysterics But the Vikings are driving right now. And could we be looking at the PFSL's version of the Week 1 Minneapolis Miracle?
It's not out of... What's the word I'm looking for? It's not out of the realm of possibilities.
As Andrews finds Truman, he slips a tackle, gets inside the red zone to the 15. 17 yards after the catch by Truman. First down, Minnesota starting to knock on the door.
Yeah, momentum has completely shifted to Minnesota's side after that last interception in the end zone.
As we approach the 2-minute warning, it's been a great game. A lot of great matchups this week. Andrews hands off to Drago, room to run, and gets inside the 10 to the 8. And that'll take us to a 2-minute warning.
That actually brings me back to, I remember what I was going to say earlier. If the Cincinnati Bengals wins this game, there's only 2 teams from the NFC who comes away with a win in Week 1.
Yeah, that was crazy. The Chargers had a chance. There was only almost one. Or there was almost only one.
That was a very close game. That would have been the upset of the year in Week 1 right off the bat.
Yeah, for sure. As Curtis Andrews on 2nd 3, read option keeper, gonna pick up the first down. He was stopped short, but a second hit knocks him across the yard to gain 1st and goal from the 4. Vikings banging on the door now. Bengals defense needs to bow up.
And one thing you got to look at here if you're Minnesota, Cincinnati gets down the field extremely quickly, so you don't want to leave too much time on the clock for them. You want to force this one to overtime if you can.
And they run no huddle. Curtis Andrews going to throw it to the end zone. Touchdown! And Sean McLaren toe tapping, first career receiving touchdown for him.
Yeah, big congrats to Mr. McLaren there for his first career touchdown.
If you're the Vikings here, do you go for 2 and go for the win, or take the extra point and go to overtime? Potentially.
If I'm the Vikings here, I'm taking the extra point. Cincinnati's defense is just too good to risk taking 2 because, you know, it's a 50-50 shot if you're going to get it on a normal game, but they're already dangerous enough as it is.
Well, they are going to take the extra point. It's going to be up and good. 31 all. We hit the over, finally. So to those 33% that took the over in that, congratulations on that one. Now the question is now, Bengals have all 3 timeouts. Did the Vikings score too quickly?
I believe they did. Cincinnati has a good amount of time on the clock, especially with all 3 timeouts and with the way they've been moving. I don't know.
Well, this is why we picked this one for the game of the week. Just the story of it. 2 Super Bowl head coaches meeting again in Week 1. And then we get just all this talent on the field tonight. And we get a tie ball game with less than 2 minutes to play. Marshall West going to get another return. Going to come out to the 25. They give him the 26. And that's where the Bengals' final drive will begin.
Yeah, this one here is going to be for all the marbles. There's no doubt about that.
Cooper Boudreaux 0-3 against Curtis Andrews in a head-to-head matchup. They faced each other 3 times, obviously, in their career so far. And it's been some good matchups between the two. Nothing one-sided, but this is Boudreaux's chance. He's going to drop back to pass on first down. Find Michael Potter, who fights his way for the first down past the 40 to the 42. Bengals move the chains.
Yeah, that goes right back to what I was saying. I believe Minnesota may have left too much time on the clock for them. That one may come back to hurt them.
We will see 315 passing yards for Cooper Boudreaux tonight. No huddle offense here for the Bengals. Boudreaux Under pressure, is going to let it fly as he throws on the run back across his body, incomplete.
I see Tim in the comments saying, take it easy, slow, and smooth. I don't know if you can right now with the amount of time you have left.
Well, you need about 25 to 30 more yards to be comfortable with field goal range. Boudreaux in the shotgun on 2nd and 10. Scanning, going to look left. He has Powell open, a first down across the 50. They're at the 44 in Vikings territory. All 3 timeouts. Number 1 is still yet to come off the clock.
Yeah, right about now I think I would start taking that first time out. You still have 2 left. I don't know if you want this one to go to overtime if you're Cincinnati.
I don't know either with the way this game is gone. You may be correct. 1st and 10, Boudreaux going to check it down to Powell, and he's going to power his way for the first down. And with that pass, the Bengals are within field goal range.
Yeah, and barring something crazy here, this could be the end of the game coming up.
We saw Jennings hit from 52. Earlier in the game, it snuck in the bottom. This would be about of the same distance. Hand off to O'Shea. He's got a little bit of room. And they take their their second timeout with 24 seconds remaining on the clock. As Coach Tim's calling for the kicker now.
That's actually what I was about to reference. You've got one more timeout. You got a few seconds left on the clock. Go ahead and take a couple shots to the end zone, try to get it in. If you can't, you take a field goal and you win anyway.
O'Shea on the carry. Got to pick up the first down. He's got some room. And now they are well within field goal range. Prior to this play, it was 50-50. They were right on the edge of Jennings' like comfort zone pretty much. But with that run, they're inside the 10 at the 7, 1st and goal. And unless the Bengals have terrible clock management and they don't take that timeout, this one's over with.
Yeah, they need to take that timeout. I've been sitting here watching the clock, and I'm just waiting to see that or hear that whistle blow.
You would think they'd take it with about 3 seconds left, so we'll see. Oh, I got scared. The clock hit 2 and then they took it. Oh my goodness. So
I was worried that the infamous Madden AI had struck again.
So 1st and goal. I wonder if the Vikings will try to ice him. It's going to be about a 22-yard field goal. That'll be 19.
Yeah, I was going to say there's no way they don't ice him at this point. I'm glad to see that timeout called. However, with this being roughly, you said a 19-yard field goal, I don't
24.
think it's possible.
24-yard field goal.
24.
So they attempt the ice, see if it works. Jennings for the win in week 1. Cincinnati Bengals are 1-0 as they walk it off in Minneapolis. They win 34-31 over the Vikings. Slater, any final words?
The only final words I've got to say is I am 100% expecting to get off of this call, go to Discord. I've got to see some messages going. I've got to see the trash talk about how Super Bowl was a fluke. I want to see it all. Let it fly.
All right. Well, for myself and Slater and everybody at ET Productions, we hope you enjoyed this broadcast. It was a really good game. Way to wrap up the week. We thank you all for joining and watching and getting involved in the chat and the polls. That does it for week 1. We will see you guys back here next week on Friday.